The 2012 Atlantic hurricane season was projected to be less active than recent years, expecting 11 tropical storms, of which only 6 were expected to reach hurricane status. October 19, 2012, a tropical wave was detected in the Caribbean. As the National Hurricane Center observed this disturbance, they noticed that within 6 hours of being categorized a tropical depression, it had reached tropical storm strength, becoming the 18th named storm of the season. Little did we know, this storm would be one of the most devastating of all time. Let's start out back in the Caribbean, where Sandy made her first appearance as a rather large tropical wave. At her peak, winds sliced through the air at 110 miles per hour atop Cuba, causing $2 billion in damages. Interaction with land typically weakens tropical systems, but Sandy seemed to adapt and overcome anything that threatened her lifespan. Though the eye wall became less defined, the area of tropical storm-force winds expanded rapidly. After overcoming every obstacle in her way, Sandy finally approaches the U.S. coastline and a favorable environment for her transformation into a superstorm. To her west is a strong frontal boundary, a pure fuel source for her as she transitioned to an extratropical cyclone. She thrived off this newfound energy and continued her path right into the bullseye of perfect conditions, centered right over southern New Jersey. October 29th, 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, Sandy made landfall near Atlantic City, New Jersey, with 80-mile-per-hour winds and a central minimum pressure of 940 millibars, the lowest barometric pressure ever recorded for an Atlantic storm to make landfall north of Cape Hatteras, North Carolina. Regardless of the incredible lead time, no one could have prepared themselves for what was about to take place. The combination of landfall, corresponding with a full moon, created an area of ocean with 12-foot seas or greater, peaking at 1.4 million square miles, roughly 1% of the Earth's total ocean area. Tropical storm force winds were observed over 943 miles of the U.S. coast. No hurricane on record has ever been wider. High wind warnings were in Chicago to eastern Maine and Michigan's Upper Peninsula to Florida's Lake Okeechobee, an area affecting 120 million people. Subway tunnels in lower Manhattan were inundated with floodwaters. Gas stations in New Jersey and New York were closed due to power outages and depleted fuel supplies. By November 1st, approximately 4.7 million people in 15 different states were without power. Remarkably, just one day prior, 8.5 million people were without power. $20 billion in property damage. Between $10 and $30 billion in lost business, making Hurricane Sandy one of the costliest natural disasters on record in the United States.
Everybody wants that something, but we don't really need nothing at all.
Hurricane Sandy left a lasting impression on those affected by the storm. Regardless of incredible lead times and countless warnings, homes, lives, and businesses were forever changed. Stories of the superstorm will be told for generations to come. But first, we need to understand the storm and the effects that she had on our great nation. If you're interested in helping the relief effort, please visit the website on the bottom of the screen. Reporting for Weather Watch, I'm student meteorologist Rachel Ryan.